Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. Remember, for more on our top stories and others, visit our website, channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. And the Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have access to the Eyewitness feature with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions to share. A coalition of environmental activists under the aegis of Keep Benue Clean has begun a weekday sanitation exercise to rid the Benue state capital, Makurdi, of filth and garbage dumped in the streets. The leader of the environmental activists, Dr. Kashimana Yovenda, a pediatrician, says the routine cleanup exercise that is to curb the rising cases of child-related diseases such as cholera.
Waste materials indiscriminately dumped along the major streets like the Makurdi-Boko Road at the Wurukum axis of Makurdi, the Benue state capital, are becoming worrisome. The unhealthy practice by residents disposing waste along streets caused this group of environmental activists to engage in the cleanup exercise.
We're here to encourage the citizens to come out and shun open refuse dumping and change their attitude towards waste disposal. Benue at this time cannot afford to have an epidemic. And each time I go out, I see children on rubbish dumps everywhere looking for funny things to play with. I have particularly been, burdened by that, and I felt we should go out and, give these children a chance for a healthier future.
One of the environmental campaigners and a clergy recommends the environmental sustainability programs of the 1980s for contemporary 21st century discipline.
While the government is providing the needed machinery to ensure things going, it is the responsibility also of the people to keep it going. That's why there is environmental sanitation. Everybody must be on hand. Put your hands on the deck to advance the life of the people and the community.
From the first gate of the Benue State University to Benue Links Park, the volunteers removed waste along their path. The state government commends the kind gesture, but reads the Riot Act against indiscriminate dumping of waste.
We have set a task force in place which sprang into action a week ago. We have arrested 4 people who are caught in this act. One of them claimed to be a mad person, while the other 3 we are under age, that is, we are less than 18 years. So for now, when we arrested them, there were a lot of plea from the populace, which we allowed them to go.
It appears the State Sanitation Management Agency is overwhelmed by the volume of waste turned out daily. Privatizing waste management may just be the best solution in sight.
Nigeria's business environment will soon be rid of online theft as the central bank intensifies efforts to curb electronic fraud. The CBN's deputy governor in charge of operations, Mr. Bayo Adelabu, made this commitment at the 2017 meeting of the Nigerian Electronic Fraud Forum in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. This comes as a result of rising concerns on the increasing number of bank customers who've been robbed of billions of naira through e-fraud.
We have recorded tremendous success in the activities of the forum. We have seen fraud statistics reducing by over 40% in the last 2 years, between 2015 and 2017. But we are not relenting, we are not complacent. We continue to do our best to ensure that further successes are achieved. We will not stop until we are able to achieve zero fraud loss in the payment space in Nigeria.
Now, the volume of rice imported by the federal government has dropped drastically, as at 2015, 644,000 metric tons was brought in, and this has dropped to 21,000 metric tons in 2017. The declining importation numbers have been attributed to government policies, which, according to the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, is directed towards self-sufficiency in rice production by 2020. This has also attracted foreign investors who say they want to establish rice mills across the country.
From September 2015 to September 2017, Nigeria's rice importation dropped from 644,131 metric tons to just about 21,000 metric tons. There's more good news to report. As a result of this administration's success in local production, some investors from Thailand have shown interest in establishing rice milling plants in Nigeria, and this is sure to further boost rice production in Nigeria. The increased rice production has in turn led to the establishment of rice mills, including the 120,000 metric ton Wakot mill in Kebbi and the 1 million metric ton rice mill being proposed by Aliko Dangote. So, what does increased production of rice portend for the country? It means, as I said earlier, that Nigeria is very close to achieving self-sufficiency in rice. And by 2018, the administration targets rice production of 7 million metric tons. As at 2015, rice demand in Nigeria stood at 6.3 million metric tons. There's also the fact that locally produced rice is safer, tastier, and healthier.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed. The level of business operations in many of the nation's ports has been described as a source of concern that needs radical improvements. And that's according to the Managing Director of the Nigerian Ports Authority, who was represented by the Executive Director of Marine and Operations, Sokonte Davis, during an interactive session with port managers, operators, and other stakeholders in Onne Port, Rivers State. He says medium and long-term targets have been set to improve the business operations around the country, and that government is doing everything to remove bottlenecks that may hinder capacity delivery.
The executive order was for the Lagos ports, in fact, Lagos Port Complex. But the management, headed by Diza Osman, believe that if one port is very effective, does not totally translate to the effectiveness of the other ports we have. That is why we moved it, because we know that the executive order will still come to all the ports. So we better do what we ask to do later now, and doing it now will be better for all of us. And as the port manager said, within 1 year this thing has been initiated, we are sure that we will go beyond where we are.
Still ahead on news across Nigeria, the National Agency for the Control of AIDS says there's need for an upward review of the budgetary allocation for the nation's health sector. Join us again.